We've even done a little bit of what's called film noir. Take a look at this piece of film. See if you remember it.
I have the room ready for you and Mrs. Barrington.
Thank you, Walter.
Did you hear that? Mrs. Barrington.
Not quite, darling, but soon.
Very nervous. Bella.
Uh-oh.
Yes?
Heavy bottle of champagne sent to the room for us.
And make sure that we are not disturbed for any reason.
Oh yes, folks, doing his take on Jerry Lewis in The Bellboy. That's our own Jimmy Fallon, filmed down the hill in stage 20. Here's Carson Daly.
Hi everybody, I'm Carson Daly from NBC's The Voice. I want to welcome you to the Universal Front Lot. Our show is filmed on stage 12. It happens to be the largest soundstage on the Universal lot. Take a look.
That's right over here to your left. It's not just the largest on the lot, that's one of the largest in the world. That's where they do The Voice with Christina Aguilera and CeeLo Green. Out in this area, well, in stage 1 is where Chelsea Handler does Chelsea Lately. And coming around the corner here, you see stage 25. That one and all the sound stages next to it used for the CBS hit series CSI, starring Ted Danson and Elizabeth Shue. That's right, the one that supposedly takes place in Las Vegas mainly films here. That's nothing. CSI Miami filmed in Long Beach, California. Over to your right now, that's the entrance to Jurassic Park. Across the way from it, this is the studio center, is our indoor roller coaster, Revenge of the Mummy, the ride. And down at the end, we have Transformers, the ride in 3D. Coming up on your right now is our oldest soundstage, 28. We built this in 1925 to house these elaborate Paris opera sets for the Phantom of the Opera, starring the man of 1,000 faces, Lon Chaney. Those opera boxes are still inside there. You might have seen them. They were used in The Muppets with Jason Segel and Amy Adams. Well, coming around the corner here, stage 27 on your left is where they do the Mindy Project with Mindy Kaling. That's a Fox. It plays on Fox, but it's a Universal Television production. Here we are at Universal Studios Hollywood. What does that mean? That means we're part of NBC Universal. That is a huge entertainment and information company that includes, among other things, NBC, E, Sci-Fi, USA, Bravo, Telemundo, the Golf Channel, CNBC, MSNBC, the Weather Channel, Oxygen, and NBC Sports. Over to the right now, stage 41 is where Sean Hayes does his new show, Sean Saves the World. You may remember Sean, he was the best friend on Will and Grace, Just Jack. His show plays Thursday nights at 9, followed by the Michael J. Fox show at 9:30. At 10 o'clock comes the show that films in these two sound stages. That one is Parenthood. Parenthood is based on the Ron Howard film. Stars Craig T. Nelson, Bonnie Bedelia, Peter Krause, Lauren Graham, Monica Potter. They're in their 5th season now. 10 o'clock on Thursdays. These trailers to the right, those are the dressing rooms of the stars of Parenthood. The next building is the Bud Westmore. That's our giant technical building. In there is our state-of-the-art lighting department with 20,000 lighting instruments. Our mill is in there. Our sign shop. There's even a small hospital up there in case of emergencies. And on your left, behind this white fence, these used to be the dressing rooms for some of the biggest stars in Hollywood, like Rock Hudson, Jimmy Stewart, and Doris Day. Today we use mobile dressing rooms, so we use these as casting and production offices. Here's a couple of interesting ones. There's Mr. Potato Head outside the Hasbro production office. And right next door, that belongs to the Dino De Laurentiis company, advertising their big hit, Hannibal. Hannibal's on hiatus right now to be back in February with season 2. And up ahead of us now is our metropolitan area. These buildings could be any city in the world. We've used them as London, New York, San Francisco. Alfred Hitchcock used these buildings as Cold War Berlin for a thriller called Torn Curtain with Paul Newman and Lilea Kudrova. What looks like brick and granite and marble, actually lightweight materials like fiberglass, foam rubber, and styrofoam. We're going out behind our London Street. This big wall that you see here was put here primarily to cut down on the noise from the theme park, but on the other side of it we have a mural of the buildings in the area that makes it all look like just one neighborhood. In just a moment now we are all going to New York. Our New York Street has been used not only as New York, but also in Chicago and San Francisco. But some of the buildings on our New York Street are copies of actual buildings in New York City. I'll point those out when we get to them. But first off, you see that big wall there? Well, that's composed of 4x8 sections of styrofoam molds. You'd never know it, but that's just a big wooden building. Now we're going to make the turn and go on to our New York Street. Now you can catch a look at the mural painted on the building over there to the left. And on your right here, this is a copy of the facade of the Waldorf Astoria in New York. And on the left is a copy of the old Macy's 34th Street. And here we are on our New York Street. Who knows more about filming in New York than our own Jimmy Fallon?
Hey everyone, welcome to New York! I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. I once got mugged over there. An old woman. Tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey! I'm walking here! I'm walking here! Hey, it's cool guys. I was just, just walking in. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
Oh yeah, folks. This top end of New York City, of New York Street, this was London, England of the swinging 60s, or Austin Powers, the spy who jagged me. And the Lyric Theater there on your left, that was used in Spider-Man 2. That's where Spider-Man's girlfriend was doing the importance of being earnest. But now I believe it is time to bring on one of my favorite directors, Mr. Peter Jackson.
Original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker.
Action!
I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up in adventure. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric